All right, so the purpose of this video is to give a really quick overview of the second semester exam project. This is in place of your semester 2 exam. Of course, I'll have this video here, which is basically the video you're watching, showing how you need to do this. On this day, you should have done these 3 things when I'm giving you this overview, but specific to this project, the first document you have is the overview and the rubric. Apparently that isn't working. We'll look at it right here. You'll pull up a document like this. I'm certainly not going to read through this entire thing for you, but you're going to want to read through this. It is worth 100 points. I have here, I tell you where the different points come from. These are some examples you can think about down here. You're going to want to read through this. We talk about you're going to be dealing and explaining some topic, and you're going to need to be using some physics from that we've learned about this year to go into more detail on that topic. So there are 11 units that I have here, and then you have subunits. So the idea is you would have at least a couple, 2 or 3 of these units, and then you're going to talk about how your topic shows these units, and you'll sort of teach a little bit about a couple of these units, maybe 3 of them, 2 or 3 of them, and some of the subtopics within the units. You would teach them and connect them to the topic that you're talking about. If you read through here, it should make pretty good sense. I do outline when the presentations will be and how it will be late. This is the rubric that you will be evaluated by here. You're going to want to make sure and look at that. Remember, I'm literally going to be making circles on here so you'll know what your score would be, and it's going to be out of 100, and that's going to be your final exam grade. Probably, I think the most confusing part about this is this observations component. So in addition to you doing a presentation, in addition to you turning in a notes pages, which is basically an outline of what your presentation would be, you can almost think of it as a little bit of a report on your topic. You're going to do observations of your peers. And so you're going to observe 8 of your peers presenting. And when you do that, it's going to look like this. So this document right here, and you're going to get graded on this. You will fill out this document. You will be the observer, and you are going to be filling out rubrics for 8 of your different peers. So you would write the presenter name, and then you'll make comments. And this is something else you'll turn in 1 through 8. And so you're actually going to get graded on observing your peers' presentation. That's probably, I think, the most confusing part about this, and so that's why I wanted to show you specifically that. The rest of this rubric should be fairly, I'm sure there'll be some questions, but make sure to read all of that with detail. You are going to, this document right here currently doesn't have a ton of things on it. It does have a couple of details right now that you can look at, but I'll pull it up here. This one's probably going to change the most, because as this project goes along, this has hints and details. Questions will come up. Right now I have the criteria for seniors who would be exempt. If you're a senior, you can take a look at that. This is just some more details about your notes page, and that this will keep growing as the day goes along, as the days go along. There is one final thing that you have to do, really should do. It's due next class, And I'm going to see if I can find it here. I have these printed out. You need to get the paper copy of this. But this is something that you're going to fill out right away. It's due next class. I think I have it right here, May 12th. This is a 10-point homework assignment. This is just your project proposal. What is your concept that you want to explain about? What is your hobby, your sport, whatever that is? You need to put 2 choices here. And then this would be an outline of what are those units and topics. So if we go back to these units and topics here that we would be talking about, there'd be a couple units. Say you're dealing with football, and you want to teach about football, a wide receiver. Well, there certainly be a lot of kinematics and Newton's laws involved. So you might mention these two units, and then you would say, well, I could talk about Newton's law here, and I could talk about velocity here, acceleration. And so that's where you would connect these units with and also the subunits that would be there. And again, this conversation of connecting these units is going to be the thrust of your presentation and your demonstration. Again, I do expect a lot of questions, but you're just going to need to look through this material very carefully. I'm also going to link that document I just showed you, but I will have it printed out. Thank you, and I hope this helps.